Hello everyone and welcome to Domain Duels, the show where I drag all my best friends in to play the best Yu-Gi-Oh format ever made. It is a 4-player free-for-all where we take 60 of the best singleton cards that we can get our hands on, helmed by a deck master of our choosing. It is one of the most fun ways to play, largely because you can do a bunch of interesting themed duels, and today is no exception. We are bringing to you the Domain Duel Academy Brawl. One representative from each house and one professor are coming together to see who can come out on top, and I've got a little extra secret rule that I'll be adding to today's proceedings that I haven't told anyone yet, but we're gonna get to that after we do our introductions. Starting us off in turn order, we have Connor. How are you doing today?
Hello! I'm Connor. Hi everyone. I'm doing wonderful. Hope you all are doing good. In this Yu-Gi-Oh! GX themed domain, I decided to take the part of playing the Royal student, Marcel Bonaparte, whose two decks were done being played as Yubel, so that means I'm playing a combination of Sacred Beast and Yubel. My deck master is Dark Beckoning Beast, with being Dark and Fiend, allowing me to have all of the Yubel cards I could ever need within that domain, as well as listens Uriah, Haman, and Ravioli. I mean Raviel. This is going to be fun.
Hello, I am Hey Fei Fei. I am a goober on the internet. I'm a furret, soon to be slime VTuber. But today, I'm going to be playing with Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. And I'm playing as Jaden Yuki and all of the elemental heroes straight from 06. There's no good cards in this deck, and I'm super excited.
All right, hello everyone. GoldenNova. Yeah, it's gonna be Golden Nova soon if I keep talking like that. Hey everyone, Golden Nova here, Lore Laureate, explaining expert, and today I'm representing Obelisk Blue, using the strongest student from that dorm. That's where I'm talking about Alexis Rhodes. We're gonna be playing Cyber Angels today, but I figured that was a bit too easy. If I ran Cyber Petite Angel or Cyber Egg Angel, those are the classic starter cards for Cyber Angels, but that means that I wouldn't have a domain that incorporated early Alexis cards, the Cyber Prima, Blade Skater. So instead, our domain, our deck master is Cyber Tutubon, giving us the domains of Earth, Warrior, and Fairy, just narrowly skipping in there. It has some synergy with the rest of the deck, but otherwise I'm going to be focusing on Cyber Angels, and if I can make Cyber Blader, I'll be a happy camper.
Address me personally, please.
Sorry, my apologies. Professor Crowler, could you please give us an intro?
Much better. Hello, everybody. My name is Scorn13. You may know me as the social media manager for Treasure Tales. You can find me at Blue Sky under Scorn13 as well if you just want to see whatever the hell's going on over there. Today, I'm going to be playing the wonderful Professor Valen Crowler, along with my great ancient gears. My deck master being Ancient Gear Hunting Hound, which allows me to have a polyamorization.
Boom! There we go. We've done it. Happy Pride, folks.
Happy Pride!
Pride.
I'm ending it there. I'm good.
Okay, cool.
To be fair, GX is a pretty gay season.
Connor, you won the die roll. How about you start us off?
Yes, somehow I won the die roll again.
It happens.
And I shall be starting this duel. I honestly forgot how to do Yubels, and I have not even heard Bonaparte's voice, so I'm just going to be talking normally.
I think that's okay. You would need a lot of post-processing help for the Yubel voice.
I'll start first, and I get a draw since it's domain format. Draw. Ooh, that's a fun card.
You're a fun card.
Oh, thank you.
Got him.
Everybody, pile on the compliments. Hurry.
Oh no, how dare you pile on the compliments and positive affirmation.
Yeah, what are you, me?
Let's see, should I start with any head turners now? No, I don't think I would. So I'll just start by summoning Dark Beckoning Beast, my deck master. Dark Beckoning Beast is a level 2 Dark Fiend monster, with when this card is normal summoned, I can add one Uriah, Lord of Searing Flame, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, or Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, or one card that specifically lists any of those cards in its text from my deck to my hand, except for Dark Beckoning Beast. I can only use this effect of Dark Beckoning Beast once per turn. And during my main phase, I can normal summon a Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense, in addition to my normal summon this turn. Since I normal summoned, let's go ahead and search for a very, very good card in my deck. I will add to my hand, opening the Spirit Gates.
That's actually the secret deck master.
Yes, the secret deck master is actually this, to be honest.
Yeah, you're not
Which I will
wrong.
now activate. When this card is activated, I add one of the Sacred Beast cards or one monster that specifically lists any of them from my deck to my hand. Also, once per turn, I can discard one card to special summon one fiend with 0 attack and defense from my graveyard. Once per turn, if I control a level 10 monster, I can add one continuous spell from my graveyard to my hand. Since I activated it, I get to search again.
Well, Connor's already arch enemy.
So I'm already scared. My hand is 5 trap cards, so maybe we could talk about this, everyone.
The card I will add to my hand is Phantasmal Summoning Beast. With my second normal summon per turn due to Dark Beckoning Beast, I will summon Chaos Summoning Beast. Wow, they have a really similar naming structure, I realized, huh?
You gotta pay real good attention to figure out which card is which.
Yes. Alright, well, unfortunately, I do not have any of the listed cards in the hand, so I'm unable to activate its effect. But, in the meantime, I could probably do something else. I think what I will do to get these cards in the graveyard is that I will build the Link Circuit. Nightmare Goblin!
Oh no.
Goblins. If this card's Link summoned during my turn, I can discard one card. And if this card is co-linked when this effect was activated, I could draw one card. Also, during my main phase, I can normal summon one monster from my hand to a zone this card points to, in addition to my normal summon, which basically means this was just to throw these cards in the graveyard.
Judge,
Yeah.
Link
Yes.
monsters aren't in GX.
True. That is true. There was never a Link monster played in GX.
Well, hold on.
disqualified.
Counterpoint. There's a card called Nightmare Pain in the Yubel archetype, and these are Nightmare cards. Does they count?
Is it spelled the same way?
Oh, I'm not saying that they're illegal. I'm just agreeing with exactly what Faye said.
Yeah, I wasn't saying like you should be disqualified. I was just, calling a judge over. I needed clarification.
As the
sorry.
only one with a PhD in dueling at this table, I do think Connor should be disqualified.
Yes. Well, anyway, I will use Nightmare Goblin's effect to discard a card, just to throw it in my graveyard. And thus, obviously, the logical card would be Life Twin Leela Sweet.
What are you doing?
Tanner, what are you doing?
Putting cards that Nell recommended into my deck instead of cards like Unchained.
You know what? I see live twins. You can win. I am no longer attacking you for the rest of the game.
Totally Bonaparte would be totally Bonaparte, and probably also Yubel would be into the VTuber scene. Like, come on, they would think that shit's awesome. I will use opening the Spirit Gates to discard a card, which I will toss Phantasmal Summoning Beast to summon Phantasmal Summoning Beast back again.
Hey!
Now, I will use Phantasmal Summoning Beast's effect. I can tribute this card, and I can add one of the Sacred Beasts from my deck or graveyard to the hand. Then, I can special summon a 1 level 10 Pyro, Thunder, or Fiend monster whose attack equals their defense, ignoring their summoning conditions, but it cannot attack directly this turn. I will tribute my monster to call forth one of the Sacred Beasts to my hand.
Okay. Well, since this might affect what you pick, I realized that I said that I had made a special rule for this game, but I never introduced what that was. That we're all playing under a special field spell today. So let me introduce you to Duel Academy! This is not going to count as a card on the field. We can't interact with it, but this effect will be happening all the time. It is a field spell card that has different effects based on the types of monsters that are on the board. If a warrior, beast, or pyro is on the field once per turn, if you activate a trap card, you can target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. If a dinosaur, sea serpent, or thunder monster is on the field once per turn, if you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. And if a machine, fairy, or fiend is on the field once per turn, if you activate a monster effect, you can target one face-up monster you control and it gains 1,000 attack.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it checks for all monsters that are on the field, and each of us can activate it once per turn as if we had control. So have fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Anyway, I will continue my move, and I will add Hamad, Lord of Searing Thunder, from my deck to my hand. And then using Phantasm Summon Beast's rest of the effect, I can then special summon him. Come forth, Hamad, Lord of Striking Thunder. This card must be special summoned, except if you ignore the summoning conditions like I just did, by sending 3 face-up continuous spell cards that I control to the graveyard. And it cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, I inflict 1,000 damage to my opponent. And while this card is face up on the field in defense position, my opponents can't target monsters for attacks, except this one. Oh, that's
Yes,
all
only
cards.
Yeah, so none of us can attack anything except your Hamon.
You know, I'm gonna keep it in defense mode because that's pretty funny. I will use the effect, a Phantasmal Summoning Beast in my graveyard, banishing it to add the card Dimensional Fusion Destruction from my deck to my hand, which I shall do promptly. I will use Duel Academy's effect, since I have a Fiend card. Hamon will gain 1,000 attack, increasing it to 5,000. Now then, I will banish Chaos Summoning Beast from my grave to add a field spell from my deck to my hand, specifically Fallen Paradise.
I thought you were about to say Valpath.
You fool!
I'll add Fallen Paradise to my hand and activate it immediately, and use its effects. Once per turn, if I control a Sacred Beast, I can just draw 2 cards, which I shall do promptly.
Crazy. Also,
Yes.
now you've activated a spell card while you have a Thunder monster on board.
Oh yeah, I technically did that. Nova, take that 1,000 points of damage.
See, there we go. Now you can do that. That's fine.
Hell yeah. Alright. Then, I'll activate Terraforming when I just draw.
What else are you
God.
searching for?
Connor,
You're forgetting I'm playing also Yubel in this deck, right?
Oh, right.
you please take your foot off the pedal for 5 seconds.
I will add Nightmare Throne from deck to hand. And since Scorn asked so kindly, I will end my turn.
Oh wow. Are you sure? Do you-
You don't have
I
to listen
am
to Scorn. You can
absolutely
keep
sure
playing.
about that.
I don't care about it. Combo.
I mean, to be fair, my brain's kind of getting a bit tired, and I don't know how to continue this combo, and I don't want to take another, 10 minutes. So please take a turn, Faye.
Well, that's a nice board you set up there. But yeah, fuck. I'd say your game.
Whoa! I don't remember what Jaden said fuck, but he should have.
I couldn't remember how to say it. First, I'm gonna activate my spell card, Pot of Greed. I don't know what this card
Greed.
does,
Oh, okay.
but it should let me draw 2 cards from my deck.
Just like Fallen Paradise.
Oh my god, this is the worst hit. It really gets much worse when you draw the 4 spells I'm gonna talk about.
Dios mío.
I'm gonna throw down a face down, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Fantastic. Incredible stuff.
Amazing.
All right. I draw.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. Yeah, this is ass. Here we go. This is what I was doing. I'm gonna say that, but I'm gonna combo for about 2 minutes here, so let's all lock in here. I'm gonna go ahead and lead by playing Preparation of Rites. This is a normal spell card. Lets me add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from my deck to my hand. Then I can add a ritual spell from my graveyard to my hand. That is not possible, but I do have several level 7 or lower ritual monsters in my deck, including it's everyone's favorite Cartoon Network show, Cyber Angel Ben 10.
I love Cyber Angel Ben 10.
And I'm going to go ahead and special summon my Deckmaster, Cyber Tutubon. I can special summon this card from my hand by attributing a warrior or fairy monster from my hand or field. It is not an activated effect, it's an inherent summon. And as a Deckmaster, it can use those summon effects from the hand. So I'm going to tribute that Ben 10 to special summon out Tutubon. When Ben 10 is tributed, I can add a light fairy monster from my deck to my hand. I'm going to go do that. Oh, also, I activated a spell card while a Thunder monster was on the board. So I'm going to activate Duel Academy's effect, and I'm going to hit Scorn for 1,000 damage.
Okay.
And we're going to search Diviner of the Herald. Because we haven't used our normal summon yet, we'll go ahead and normal summon Diviner of the Herald. When this level 2 light fairy tuner monster is normal or special summoned, I can send a fairy from my deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and if I do, increase this card's level by the level of that monster. And if this card is tributed, I can special summon a level 2 or lower fairy monster from my hand or deck. I'm going to go ahead and reveal that I've got Cyberblader in my extra deck. And then, Herald of the Arclight.
Shocker.
Crazy play, I know.
I don't remember Synchros being in GX. I'm just saying.
I don't know what any of these cards do.
Also, I don't mean to interrupt, but I forgot to put Dark Beckoning Beast back in my DMZ. Can I quickly do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Herald of the Arclight was sent to the graveyard, and it's got a special little effect where if it's sent to the graveyard, I can add a ritual monster or a ritual spell card from my deck to my hand. So I'm going to go do that. Ritual spell card. Ritual spell card.
Man, I can't wait to play with more ritual cards in Rush.
I'm excited for that Zera the Man archetype.
It's so cool.
I'm gonna be real.
They keep on getting more cards too.
We got Yami Makai. We got fucking. We're getting all the cool stuff.
We got Platinum Angel.
That's the wrong game, Faye.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to fit in.
Machine Angel Ritual from my deck to my hand. Okay, so we are going to activate the effect of Machine Angel Ritual. It can be used to ritual summon any Cyber Angel Ritual monster, and I must also tribute monsters from my hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster that you ritual summon. While in the graveyard, if any number of light monsters I control be destroyed by battle or card effect, I can banish this card instead. I will tribute the level 5 Cyber Tutubon and the now level 6 Diviner of the Herald to ritual summon a power from beyond dimension. Duel Academy could never contain its power, but perhaps in a new world, it can do justice. I summon Cyber Angel Vrash! If this card is ritual summoned, you can destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible that were special summoned from the extra deck. And if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each. And if you do that, this card may make a second attack during each battle phase of this turn. I can't do that, but I can still destroy your extra deck summoned monsters. So, Goblin, get goblunked.
My goblin!
Wow, so rude.
And I take 1,000 points of damage, right?
Take 1,000 damage.
That's like half their life points.
Yeah. If we were playing by DM
yes.
rules, I would be right next to winning.
Yeah, if you're playing DM Season 1 rules, how did they make that work?
I wish I
Well,
could
you
tell
see, Connor, the rules were different.
Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy any card on the field, I can shuffle a ritual monster from my graveyard into the deck to negate the activation, and if I do, destroy that card. So that's something that they can do. We're going to go ahead and trigger both Diviner and Cyber Tutubon's effect. Diviner will summon a level 2 or lower fairy monster from my hand or deck, and Tutubon targets a ritual spell in my graveyard and adds it to my hand. I'm going to get back Machine Angel Ritual. I'm going to summon Cyber Egg Angel. Happy Pride, everyone!
Happy Pride.
Pride Month, baby!
That is the most Digimon-looking Yu-Gi-Oh card I think I've ever seen.
If this card is summoned, I can add a Machine Angel spell card or a Ritual Sanctuary from my deck to my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that field spell, Ritual Sanctuary. And we're going to go ahead and, well, before that, I'm going to go ahead and on a new chain, I'm going to activate the lingering effect of Duel Academy because a monster effect was activated while a fairy was on the field. I'm going to go ahead and have Vrash gain 1,000 attack points. I'm going to play Ritual Sanctuary. This card lets me discard a spell card to add a light ritual monster or a ritual spell card from my deck to my hand. I can also shuffle any number of spell cards from my graveyard into the deck, then target a light fairy monster in my graveyard whose level equals the number of those cards shuffled into the deck and special summon them. So if, for instance, I shuffled 2 spell cards from my graveyard, I could bring back Diviner of the Herald. Just putting that out there. Anyway, let's get a second spell card in my graveyard by activating Harpy's Feather Duster, targeting Connor.
My field! No!
As he deserves.
Yeah, I don't think I have any protection from them for all these cards, so these cards are gonna go bye-bye.
Well, that's if I didn't have the trap card reverse Feathers Duster.
No! I've been Griffin Winged! That being said, I don't want to revive Machine Angel. I don't want to revive Diviner yet because Chaos Giant is spooky and piercing damage is big and bad. I will instead set a card on my field and go ahead and pass it over to you, Professor Crowler.
Finally, it's about time. I'll draw my card. Alright, I'm going to start this turn off with Gear Town, my field spell. So, both players, so all of us, can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for one less tribute. Aren't you guys excited?
Wow!
So
Thank
cool.
God I needed that.
I did too, actually. Thank you.
When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon one Ancient Gear monster from my hand, deck, or graveyard. But that's not going to matter so much because my hand is only able to do really one thing here. So I will start by summoning my deck master, the Ancient Gear Hunting Hound.
What the dog do?
The dog do a lot. If this card is normal summoned, inflict 600 damage to your opponent. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step, and once per turn, I can fusion summon one Ancient Gear fusion monster from my extra deck using monsters from my hand or field as fusion materials. And wow, this GX duel has not featured any fusion summoning, so let's change that. First off, I have to deal 600 damage to that Slifer Slacker!
Hey, full look, that's a little rude. Okay, let's think about this.
I thought about it, and you're taking 600 damage.
Just think about it. I have a trap card. I have a card face down. Are you sure you want to activate
That's
it?
so
sure you wanna hit
funny.
me?
Take your 600.
All right, you're gonna regret this. I'm gonna activate my face down.
My face down. Take 600 damage.
How did you know?
Next, I'll activate the effect of Ancient Gear Hunting Hound to commit. Yeah, sure, whatever. A fusion summon to commit tax fraud.
No!
I will be
Tax fraud.
using Hunting Hound itself, Ancient Gear Wyvern.
Oh no,
Ancient Gear
oh no, they actually have it. No!
Ancient Gear Dragoon
Oh shit! Oh wait, new Ancient Gear support.
to summon the ultimate body of destruction, the Chaos Ancient Gear Giant! The Chaos Ancient Gear Giant is a fusion monster that requires 4 Ancient Gear monsters. It must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other means. It is unaffected by spell and trap effects, and my opponent's monsters cannot activate their effects during the battle phase. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls, once each. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. I would like to move to combat.
Well, that would be something you could do. Hey Faye, really quickly, I gotta ask.
Yeah, what's up?
That face down card you have, it wouldn't happen to be able to destroy spell and trap cards, would it?
Alt shift fight. Alt shift.
It can, but it's not able to be used right now.
Oh, okay. If you could blow up my back row, I'd appreciate it. But if you can't, that's fine. I understand.
Thanks. I'll try next turn.
Okay, I appreciate it. Okay. I have no response.
Also, it's called battle phase, not move to combat. So you.
I would know. I was testing you as a professor.
Well, you failed.
I have a PhD. I have it, not you. I was testing you. Slifer slacker. Anyways, I'm moving to my battle phase.
Yeah.
Connor, guess who says they have to be attacked first? 4,500 piercing to Haman.
All right, I take 500 pierced damage.
I'll swing my next way over to Cyber Egg Angel for another 4,500 piercing.
So I'll take 4,300, putting me at what, 27?
Oh God, did I just kill you already?
Thankfully, no.
Now, Ancient Gear Giant, attack the Angel!
Alright, so because the attack bonus from Duel Academy does linger, I take 500 damage because I'm at 44,000.
Okay. Hunting Hound's supposed to be here.
No, this is supposed to be here.
I forgot to. Anyways, I would like to move to main phase 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to move to end phase.
Woof! What a turn! All right, it's my turn.
Who would win ancient god of destruction and death, one funny robot.
Well,
Funny.
Well, if a YCS from 2024 taught us anything, having a PhD in dueling can take you places. Speaking of which, I think we need another change in scenery. Thus, I will activate the field spell, Nightmare Throne. When this card is activated, I take a Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense from my deck, and either add to my hand or destroy it. So, let's add to my hand, Samsara D. Lotus. No, it's not a One Piece reference.
You sure?
Why not?
I'm positive. I am absolutely certain. I am confident in everything that is ever.
Okay.
I'm running out of adjectives. Which then I will then summon Samsara D. Lotus and use this little guy's effect to tribute to special summon a Yubel monster from my deck.
I think it's the one thing I can't deal with.
And the card I will summon is Spirit of Yubel. Spirit of Yubel is a level 10 Fiend monster that has 0 attack and defense. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and I take no battle damage from involving this card. If this card were to be destroyed, I can special summon one of your Yubel that is banished or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. I can only use the following effects of Spirit of Yubel once per turn. When an opponent declares an attack, I can special summon this card from my hand. If this card is special summoned, I can add from my hand or set one spell trap from my deck that mentions Yubel. Since it was special summoned, I will search Eternal Favorite. Then I will activate the spell card Nightmare Pain. I told you there was cards that had Nightmare in the name of my deck.
No.
I already had it. That's why I searched Eternal Favorite. And I'll use its effect. During the main phase, I can destroy one dark monster from my hand or face them on the field. Then I can add a Yubel or card that mentions it from my deck to my hand, except Nightmare Pain. I can only use this effect of Nightmare Pain once per turn. While I control a Yubel monster, your opponent's monsters that can attack must attack Yubel monsters. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from attacks involving Yubel monsters.
I regret my decisions.
And I will use Nightmare Pain's effect to destroy Spirit of Yubel.
I immediately regret everything in my life.
Then I'll add a Yubel card from deck to hand. I need to make sure I do this right, because now this is where like the combo gets a bit weird. I will add from my deck to my hand, Mature Chronicle. Now, 2 effects will activate. On Chain Link 1, I will activate Spirit of Yubel from the graveyard. Since it was destroyed, I can special summon one of my Yubels that is banished, hand, deck, or in my graveyard. Then, I will use Nightmare Throne's ability. Since a Yubel monster I control left the field by a card effect, I can add from my deck to my hand a Yubel monster from my deck, graveyard, or bashment whose original level is higher or lower than one of those monsters. Then, I can special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. So the card that I will summon is Yubel, Terror Incarnate, adding it to my hand and special summoning it. Then, for Spirit of Yubel, I will summon the original, Come to the Field, Yubel.
Good grief.
Then I'll activate Mature Chronicles. The original Yubel is a level 10 Fiend Dark monster with 0 attack and defense. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and I take no battle damage involving this card. Before battle calculations, when this face-up position card is attacked by an opponent, it inflicts battle damage to my opponent equal to that monster's attack. During my end phase, I tribute one other monster or I destroy this card. And when this card is destroyed, except by its own effect, I can special summon one Yubel Terror Incarnate from my hand, deck, or graveyard. Speaking of which, Yubel Terror Incarnate has a similar stat line, but is 1 level higher at level 11. It cannot be special summoned or set. It must be special summoned by Yubel and cannot be special summoned by other ways, except for the fact that I'm basically cheating and using effects that ignore that. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, and I take no battle damage from involving this card. Before damage calculations, when a face-up monster is attacked by opponents, it does the replay damage, and during my end phase, I destroy all other monsters on the field. And when this card leaves the field, I can special summon one Yubel, the Ultimate Nightmare. And I think, because I'm realizing that Yubel the Terror Incarnate would leave my field, I know what to do. Scorn, it's been a pleasure, but it's time to drop out of the game. Yubel will attack your Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. reflecting 4,500 attack points back at you.
Yep.
And then Yubel Terror Incarnate will do the same.
Yep.
Man, Nightmare Pain is a hell of a card.
Yes. And finally, as though it would be nice to have these cards recurred, it's pretty rough to keep them around. So thus, I'll be special summoning from the extra deck by shuffling the one Yubel monster and a fiend with 0 attack and defense from my hand, field, or graveyard back into the deck. I will summon a monster.
They played one card.
You played one card, beat it all of our ass, and now I summoned Phantom of Yubel.
Yeah, I was trying to beat your ass, because you're the one doing this shit.
Phantom of Yubel is a fusion monster. It must be special summoned through this unique contact fusion, and it cannot be used as fusion material. When my opponent activates a monster effect, I contribute this card, and the activation effect becomes your opponent destroys one Yubel monster from my hand, deck, or field. I will set one card, and I'll end my turn.
I think your Mature Chronicle also gets a counter, right?
Yes, since I special summon a Yubel monster, a Mature Chronicle is added.
All right, Faye, what you got?
The other.
Draw!
I had a gadget in my hand.
Scarred, I'm so sorry I just did that.
I don't know how I could play Pot of Greed and Brick.
Faye, you can't lose against Connor if you don't have monsters. It's okay.
No, yeah, you're right. I have to. I set a card face down and I end my turn.
Incredible. All right.
This is incredible. I have 20 spell cards in my deck and I've drawn 8 of them.
All right, I draw. Oh no. What's
Hey, Nova.
going on here? Yeah, what's up?
How do you save this? How do you save this game?
Okay, it's a monster effect that they get to replace with the Yubel Destruction one. You have to tribute that guy to do it, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's save Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, let's save. This will be our Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
I'm dead.
I dead.
Well, yeah, I'm saving Yu-Gi-Oh!, not you. Your ass is gone. You tried to Chaos Giant me. I have nothing but heinousness for you.
You told me to do it.
Yeah. You didn't have to listen.
Why wouldn't I? I wanted to impress you.
No, shucks. Anyway.
Chaos Q Giant. Then I died to my Chaos Q Giant.
Nice multi-attack to the face. Can I try?
More like Ancient Gear Giant. Okay, I'm going to activate the effect of Ritual Sanctuary. I'm going to shuffle any number of spell cards from my graveyard to the deck. I pick 2. I'm going to do that to get Cyber Egg Angel. I'm going to attempt to use Cyber Egg Angel's effect to add a Machine Angel spell card or a Ritual Sanctuary from my deck to my hand.
So I'm gonna be real, I don't really know where the combo goes from here with Yubel sub. This is as far as I got in my research. So I'm gonna just let this rip, and it's in God's hands now. I'm a tribute using Phantom of Yubel. I will quick effect tribute this card, and now that effect becomes my opponent destroys one Yubel monster in their hand, deck, or field. So since that card's effect changes to your opponent, I will destroy one of those cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it just a Yubel monster? Okay.
So what am I destroying of yours?
I'll destroy the OG Yubel.
All right.
So that's the resolution of the chain.
Yep.
Yubel's effect will activate since it was destroyed. I can special summon Terror Incarnate.
All right, so you've got Terror Incarnate.
Yes.
I've got Egg Angel.
And another Mature Chronicle counter will be added.
Okay. I will find a way to make this work. I will not lose to this. I will not let this happen. Oh, yeah. No, I've got the out here. What am I talking about? Of course I have the out here. Okay. I am going to, unless the trap card has anything to say about it, but until such times I will go ahead.
The trap card. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So we'll see if that does anything at some point. We got Fairy, we got Fiend on board. That's all the attack bonus thing. Let's go ahead and normal summon one of Alexis' ace cards, Cyber Gymnast.
Cyber Gymnast.
That's right. Once per turn, I can discard a card, then target a face-up attack position monster that my opponent controls and destroy that target. I am going to discard Blade Skater.
The actual cards! Oh my god, we're getting into GX! Thank you! I know these cards! Oh my god.
I told you I had to play the Skater cards. It
Can
wouldn't
we
be
talk
Alexis
about
without
the
it.
muscles? The muscles on her.
They're swole.
Hell yeah.
Defined. Holy
They are very
shit.
slow. But unfortunately, they are not of that. Of having a crazy agender or non-gender conforming character who can transform into a demonic dragon and has a really cool trap card in the form of Eternal Favorites.
Okay, that didn't help here.
I will, in response then, use Eternal Favorite to special summon a Yubel monster that's banished or in my graveyard to return the original Yubel. And this Terror Incarnate will then, after that resolves, will just be destroyed. I also gain another Chronicle counter.
That does mess with it, though, because I wanted to go SP Little Knight and get rid of the monster, but then that will trigger Nightmare Throne to get the Terror Incarnate back. Okay, well, I suppose I can still try to go for it. We'll link into Spinite. I will use the effect to banish a card on the field. We are going to banish Nightmare Pain.
We're banishing Nightmare Pain. Alright, Nightmare
I
Pain
think
goes
Nightmare
to the
Pain is the
banishment.
only answer here. I think it's the only thing to do that with.
Connor's field is so fucked up.
Okay.
They do be a bad bitch.
So now I don't have to attack you.
Yes.
You do not get to float with Nightmare Throne, and you can't do reflection damage by yourself.
Yes.
So I think that is about all I can do right now. Connor, go ahead. It's your turn.
Alright. It's my turn. Draw.
Yeah.
Nova, you just need to activate a trap card. You can activate Duel Academy.
I'm waiting for the opportunity.
Well, it was very fun you trying to banish my Nightmare Pain, but you have to remember, I have Mature Chronicle, and I will use one of its effects. I will remove a Chronicle counter to add a banished card from deck to the hand, and I'll return Nightmare Pain. Then I will activate it.
I'm chaining SP Little Knight.
Chaining SP Little Light. Well, that's very good. But unfortunately, this duel's already mine. I will discard Live Twin Leela to activate Super Pulverization!
You don't even have to do that. You have Eternal Favor.
True,
No,
but
but
this
this
is cool!
Is it?
I will fuse SP Little Knight and Yubel to summon Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever! A Flare Wingman cosplay Yubel, because this card's really cool at that. I love it. Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever, is a level 12 Dark Fiend with 0 attack and defense. This card requires Yubel and 1+ effect monsters on the field to be fused. If this card is fusion summoned, I can inflict 500 damage to my opponent for each material used. 2 were used, so thus, Nova will take 1,000 points of burn damage.
Yeah.
Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, I take no battle damage or involving battles with this card. At the end of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack, and if I do, banish that monster.
Guys, if you never play monsters, Connor can't win.
Oh, unfortunately to you, I have other monsters other than Yubel. But at the time being, I will play Nightmare Pain. Next, I will... Just because I want to show off this other part of the deck and I think it would be a little funny.
Connor lost one Sacred Beast and made it everybody else's problem.
To be fair, you're the one who enabled that. I will summon, with my normal summon, Live Twin Kisakil. If this card is normal special summoned, and I control no other monsters, which I do, this effect can't activate. But... if you remember earlier in the duel, I have Live Twin Leela Suite. If I control a Kisako monster and this card's in my graveyard, I can special summon it. But while it's in the face-up monster card zone, I cannot special summon from the extra deck except for fiends. Not really that much of a problem. And now I will build the link circuit once again. I will link Live Twin Leela Suite and Kisakil to summon Evil Twin Kill. It is a Link 2 Light Fiend, and it requires 2 monsters, including a Kill monster. If I special summon a control Leela monster, I can draw 1 card. During my main phase, if I do not control Leela monster, who has a quick effect, I can special summon from my graveyard. I will summon back Live Twin Leela, and I will link once again to bring out the other Evil Twin Leela. If special summon, I control a Kill monster, I target 1 card in the field and destroy it. And since I do not control a Kill monster, I will then special summon out the Evil Twin from my graveyard, which since it was special summoned and I control a Leela monster, I draw a card. Finally, yeah, yes, Bonaparte and his favorite cards, giant world-ending demons, genderless, all-gender demon, and VTubers. What more could you ask? And the 2 very much best friend VTubers will link off, and I will summon Evil Twin Trouble Sunny.
They're best friends.
Absolutely best friends. College roommates, if you would.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
With Yubel and the Sacred Beasts. Evil Twin Trouble Sunny is a Light Fiend, Link 4, and must be summoned with at least 2 monsters, including an Evil Twin monster. I contribute this to summon Kill and Leela monster from my graveyard, and I can bash this card from my deck to send 1 Evil Twin monster from my hand, deck, or face-up field to graveyard, to send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. Okay, my head's starting to hurt. Evil Twin Trouble Sunny will attempt to attack Nova for game.
Okay, I'm out.
No,
Okay.
that's not game, though.
I know. With that, I will set 1 card face down. Faye,
Cool.
get your game on!
Cool, I'll draw for turn. Cool. I can scoop at instant speed, right?
Yeah, you
I'm
totally
playing,
can.
I'm playing a 2007 deck. I can't
But
do
you-
anything versus a card that says cannot be destroyed. I can't win. I can't do anything.
Oh, come on, you teched it. You're playing Jade and Yuki. You obviously teched it in Super Polymerization as well, right?
No, I'm playing for 2007.
Okay.
Hold on. I
No.
don't.
I do love that
Hold
Faye
on.
keeps saying she's playing 2007 with a card that very much did not come
I
out
know
in 2007.
because it's
and
pretty.
ask herself.
That's the only reason. Hold on. I can do something that won't do anything. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna polymerization.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm gonna fuse Elemental Hero Sparkman and Elemental Hero Heat
A manga card.
to play Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage.
Oh my god, we both have weird, funny dragon hands. That's so
It says
cool.
I can add a card with favorite from my deck or graveyard to my hand. I don't have one. I contribute this card that was fusion summon using a normal material. Special summon 1 level 7 or lower monster from my deck or extra deck by ignoring its summoning conditions. I'm going to do that. I'm pretty
All
sure.
right.
So I tribute it. I'm gonna play Elemental Hero Flame Wingman.
Yes. Yes.
Elemental Hero Flame Wingman says must be, when this
Yeah.
card it destroys a monster I battle, and sends it to the graveyard, it inflicts piercing damage pretty much, and inflicts its attack as damage. Then, I'm gonna play Miracle Fusion.
Okay.
Fusion.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to fuse Elemental Hero Flame Wingman and Elemental Hero Sparkman together to play Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman.
This is ad as hell.
Yeah. That's
And this
cool.
card gains 300 attack for each Elemental Hero card in the graveyard. When it destroys a card or a monster by battle, it inflicts the damage to their attack to the, Then I play Fusion Weapon on Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman,
Oh,
which will increase its attack to 4,000. I'm going to activate Metamorphosis on Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
to play
well, so much for fusion weapons.
Elemental Hero Wild Wingman.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Then I can discard one card to target one spell or trap on the field and destroy it. I'll destroy Fusion Sage. Discard Fusion Sage. What is the thing that's making me attack you,
Nightmare
Belle?
Pain.
To destroy Nightmare Pain.
Woo!
I found the out. Then I'm gonna use Elemental Hero Wild Wingman to crash into Evil Twins Troublesome.
They have 300 attack.
I know.
Yeah.
Game's over. It's this. I don't think there's anything else you can do.
Is that a call to concede?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I played every card in my hand. Doesn't that all that matter?
Yeah. Wait. Say Uno quickly.
Oh no! That means I have to draw 2 cards.
I will now end this duel, and I'll do it with my true ultimate boss monster. I summon Exodia the Forbidden One.
You did fucking so you fucking.
What the hell?
And Bonaparte technically had an Exodia deck.
Yeah, it's his
So I
deck
put
before
it
the
in.
Yubel stuff.
Incredible.
He has a
Sunny.
Exodia turbo deck.
Attack Faye for 3,300 and Exodia the Forbidden One. Hit your Recon for 1,000.
Hey, you lost to Exodia. How happy are you?
0.
Okay, well, we've learned our lesson. Don't let anyone play Yubel cards in Domain ever again. Folks, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time on Domain Duels. Bye!
Bye!
Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales that even come with their own lore, and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media, and Simic Toadstool, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, 50 Gigabytes, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Kane Senpai, Charlie Mercury, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Copperbottom, Dr. Reaper, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Green Knight, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Mean King, Millennia Asta, Muse Clark, Neon Yaminair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Bat Boos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sonic 21 Blast, The Critic of Innocence, Thievery Coast, and The Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders Ally Vatnia, Animasta, and Thorak, A Random Pup, Blaze Rider, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Christopher Fuss, again, Chris B, Cool Trainer Dark, Divine Dragon Felgrind 4123, Dr. Reaper RIP, again, Eki Bullock, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, Kale the Dragon, Lobomaru 02, Manga Pages, Martin Moore 2468, Natiel Lee Alexander, Nitromo, Not Al Gore, Nyx, Obsidian, Pombo, Rhyme Kairos, Shizuka Nijimura, Sir Knight JCB, Sphilia, Stephen Huntsman, Stephen Williamson, The Legendary Raven, The Phantom Knights of Shitted Pants, The Queen of Time, The Gene, Tiger X2476, Tristan O'Meara and Zaldreka, as well as the lovely Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon down in the description, or consider joining as a YouTube member.